But if you're a golf course architect trying to get to the top and you built the road hole as it sits today, you'd never get working in.
Well, yeah, it'd be questionable.
You'd be questionable. You'd be laughed out of town.
Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Better, when the greats bet, they bet with Better. Ping will help you play your best. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody, welcome to the program. It is US Open week for the girls this week, and the good news, Nick, is that they're playing at Riviera.
I know, a good, happy hunting ground for Australians.
Yes.
How many Aussies? I'm going to test you out here. How many Aussies have won there?
Well,
at Riviera.
Aaron Badley has won there.
Yes.
I remember that because we backed him because it was Poa Greens back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And it was bumpy Poa Greens, and he, of course, grew up playing Poa Greens at Croydon Golf Club.
Okay. I think they're still Poa.
And we made some money. Yeah, they're still Poa. Yeah, I think most of the golf courses.
The Bads won in 2011.
Well, that's a long time ago. So 2011.
Yes.
Robert Ellenby has definitely won there.
He won there.
In a 6-man playoff or something?
7-man playoff.
7-man playoff, thank you.
That was 2001.
But my favourite victory.
Hang on, we've got two more Aussies who have won there.
Well, my favourite victory
yes.
is Steve Elkington,
yes,
who beat Colin Montgomery in a playoff.
And that is why it's your favourite.
That's right.
The year, do you remember?
Well, 1995.
Correct. For the US PGA Championship, or as we call it, the PGA Championship.
The PGA Championship. Yeah. But one of the other reasons it's my favourite, one, he beat Cole in the playoff, but two, he was so nervous that he was aiming at the centre of every green. Small greens there at Riviera.
Smart play.
So what he was doing was he would get the yardage to the centre of the green, no matter where the flag was, and he would hit it at the centre of the green. That was his game plan. He made enough.
Fabulous.
If you don't, I
the putt he made on the 18th green.
I remember looking back
was
on
that a
those.
Playoff?
Yeah, it was a playoff, I think.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was a playoff. But I remember the greens being so spiked up. There were spike marks absolutely everywhere. And because of the spike marks, because of the situation, Steve thought, well, the greens aren't rolling very true. So what's the use of, even if I hit it at 6 foot, I'm not guaranteed to knock it in. So his game plan was hit it to the centre of the green, 2-putt. Yep. Maybe 1 or 2 will drop, clean up on the par fives. And the game plan worked an absolute treat. Now, one more winner at Riviera.
2-time winner there for Australia.
A 2-time winner? It must have been Greg Norman, wasn't it?
No.
Who?
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
2005, 2020.
Okay.
Genesis Invitational, and then back then, I don't know, it was called the LA Open or something like that. I'm not sure. So anyway.
Been. I know Tiger, he first came and played the LA Open when he was 16. And there's some great footage of him warming up. The shot that, like, his backswing, the shoulders got to full so easily, it was an absolute joke.
Riviera, they must have changed it since, but had the worst short game chipping area to warm up. It was one of those bunkers where you'd hit out of the bunker and you couldn't see the green. Right. It was just a lip. Right. And then chipping onto it, it was just horrific. It was terrible. Yeah. And then the range wasn't much better as well. They used to have to put a big net up to stop all the balls flying into other fairways. But it's a magnificent view from up at the clubhouse. It's just beautiful.
Kikuyu
on
the fairways.
So played soft, plays longer than the yardage. Famous, obviously, for the island bunker. Yeah. Sorry, the bunker in the middle of the green.
Yes, on the sixth hole.
6th hole?
Yep.
6 or 7.
Very famous hole.
Something like that.
It's been copied.
And then one of my favourite par 4s in the world, the short 10th hole. It's just a great little par 4. Now, it's actually going to be played the way it was meant to be played in the women's US Open.
That's right.
Because I heard it's 290 or 300 yards to the front edge. Yeah. So it's going to be out of the reach for most of the girls. And they're going to be left with a wedge into that tightest green you have ever seen. It's unbelievable.
Now tell me this, because of the Kikuyu fairways and Kikuyu surrounds,
You can get some good spin on your chips.
My recollection is when I played a lot of golf in Perth, there was quite a few Kikuyu courses in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got 2 girls from Perth who will be in that top 5 as favourites just about.
Well, funny you should say that.
Yeah, come on.
So remember we did the prediction podcast where we were predicting certain things? I was going to predict Hannah would win a major. I think this could be the one. Now, she is not one of those players that came off Kikuyu because Mount Lawley is not a Kikuyu golf course. Minji Lee, however, Roll from Anil, that is a Kikuyu golf course. So she also would be in with a very good chance. I think we have 6 Australians playing. So we got Hannah.
Yep.
Ranked number 5 or 6 in the world these days. Minji, top 10. Grace Kim, Steph Kiriakou, Karis Davidson, and a 19-year-old amateur from the Gold Coast, from USC, who won her sectional in Arizona, called Sarah Hammett.
Yeah, okay.
So this will be a big week for Sarah.
Grace Kim too, playing a lot of golf in Sydney growing up. She'd be pretty accustomed to the Kikuyu grass as well. So I think they are factors, and I do think they'll help. It's funny, we've got the 10th hole behind us. It always comes up as one of the best short par 4s in America, like you say.
Magnificent hole.
How would it go in Australia? Because we've got so many amazing short holes in this country. Amazing.
Well, I mean, if you designed it now, people would look at you as though you got,
rocks in your head.
Rocks in your head, yeah.
They wouldn't like it.
But a lot of the great holes are probably like that. Back in the day, they would have never, like now, you'd never build a road hole, for example.
No way.
Or anything like that.
Which would be a shame to
which
lose
would
a
be
whole
a shame.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, here's a good question.
You need to keep the greens pretty soft because if the greens have, when they put the pin in the back right at this 10th hole at Riviera, there's only, I'd say, 8 paces between the edge of the green to the back of the green.
Yeah.
If you don't land it in this little circle, you're either front or over the back, and you can go back and forth. Members would have a nightmare there.
Are there any other holes where the architect would never get work again if they actually built that hole? So, for instance,
it's a good question. We should do a top 5 on that.
Well, let's do a live top 5. So, if, for instance, somebody, not someone of high ilk. So, for instance, Tom Doak and probably Mike Cocking and Crenshaw and those guys, they can pretty much do what they want because they're so acclaimed. But if you're a golf course architect trying to get to the top and you built the road hole as it sits today, you'd never get work again.
Well, yeah, it'd be questionable.
You'd be questionable. You'd be laughed out of town. So, give me some other holes because I remember some of the. I think it was Crenshaw came and had a look at the 15th at Kingston Heath. He actually walked onto the golf course years ago and said, "I've always want to have." He got to the 15th, and he just couldn't believe the 15th hole at Kingston Heath. Now, if you're not au fait with that hole, it's only a short hole, 140 metres, and it's got the deepest bunker in professional golf in the country cut into it.
Uphill par 3.
Uphill par 3, and bunkers absolutely everywhere. And Ben Crenshaw just couldn't get over that someone got away with cutting a bunker that deep into a green like that. And it just works. And I think he said, if he built that green today, then he may not, the people he's working for may not like it. But what a shame if you lost like the 15th, or what a shame if you lost the 17th at St Andrews. Are there any other holes?
I'm trying to think about more.
What about the par 3-6 at Augusta?
Par 3-6 at Augusta.
With that big tier. With that big tier and the tiny little
section
area
at the top right.
on top.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a brutal hole.
That
but
is.
Because it's Augusta, because the best player, it gets a tick somehow.
Let him go.
Let him go.
Indeed. The island green that's Sawgrass, I mean.
Yeah, there's a good one.
It's one of those. But that golf course was specifically built for tournament play. When did that? Early 80s, wasn't it? By Pete Dye.
Like, for instance, if Royal Sydney built the island green out there, Hansi, they'd be going, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
we're not doing that. There's no way we're doing that. Get out of here.
Yeah. There's a huge green at the Lakes, the par 5. What is it, the 13th or 14th hole?
14th hole, I think.
Yeah.
One of those.
That was just had slopes, and have they shrunk? I don't know. I can't remember. But that was That was a little bit crazy.
We'll see it this year with the BMW PGA Championship.
That's very true.
We'll have a good look at it
We'll see what
then.
happens then. Yeah. Anyway.
I can't think of too many others.
No. Okay.
Not too many others.
But Riviera is also famous for that greatest par 3 in America. That wonderful fourth hole.
No.
Ben Hogan apparently called it that.
Well, maybe he did back in the day.
Back in the day, it must have been a completely different hole. In the men's tournament, I know it can play up to about 230, 240 yards, and you can't land it on the green because it doesn't stop.
I thought
and you can't land it short because it won't run on. So I don't know what you do.
I thought they even went back further, but they didn't dare play it from the back. So I think they did. I think they went to 260 yards.
Oh, gosh.
And they didn't play it from there.
Well,
but it was just so stupid.
Again, I haven't seen the yardages for the Women's US Open this week, but it'll be fascinating to see how far that one will play. I have seen the 11th hole, the par 5. Apparently, off the tips that where they're going to play, it's 578 yards. That is a long hole.
That's a long hole for the girls.
Now, the second shot, there's what they call a barranca, which is like a ravine you've got to get over. So if any of these girls don't hit the fairway, you're not getting over that. It's turning into a 4-shot hole. So the drive on that 11th hole is going to be at a premium.
What about one of the funny things about this golf course, because it's got Kikuyu fairways and surrounds, if the ball lands short of the green, it stops dead. But if they make the greens firm, you can land 6 foot on the green, and if you haven't got the elevation required, or if you haven't got the spin, you're either going to be at the very back of the green, or you're going to be missing it short if you land it short.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to be fascinated to see how the course plays because typically Riviera is played in February for the men.
Yeah.
And what are we in June?
Yes.
So coming into summer.
Nice and warm.
So should be firm, should be fast, should suit the Aussie girls.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and good luck to all the Aussies and a couple of New Zealanders. Have we got any New Zealanders playing?
I'm sure Lydia Ko's
Lydia
playing.
Ko will be in there.
She'd have to be.
Yeah.
I don't
Good
know
luck.
of any others. But then on the men's side, you got the Memorial, which is always one of my favourite events of the year.
Yeah.
Jack's Place. It's a great one.
Yeah, I love Memorial.
Yeah.
I would love to play Memorial Golf Club.
And you know who they're honouring this year at the Memorial?
Well, we've got a bit of insight because
we
of who we just interviewed. Look out for Dottie Pepper a little later this week for Host Plus because she was magnificent, but she told us a little secret. Should we go with it?
Go.
Well, they're honouring David Graham.
Yeah. I don't think it's a secret, actually.
It's not a secret. Well, he won a US Open. He won a US PGA.
Yeah.
Was an amazing club maker.
I think he sets the pins at Augusta.
Used
to each year. I'm not sure if he still does.
Yep. He went. He was so chased. I mean, I think Callaway had him as not just someone who uses the Callaway clubs, but he was in there helping design clubs because that's what he used to do at PGF.
Let's put him on our list. I think we can get.
Got to get David Graham.
It'd be a great chat. Imagine talk to him about that final round at Marion when he won the US Open.
Now, I've heard 2 different stories about this.
Okay.
To where he either missed the first fairway by 6 inches or missed the first green by 6 inches.
It's a green in reg.
But after that, he hit
that.
every fairway and every green. Yeah. And what did he shoot? 67 in the last round?
Like
something
to win.
Unheard of. A round you couldn't believe.
On one of the tightest golf courses too.
Using persimmon and probably hitting 4 irons in the US Open greens.
What a great way to finish in front of such a massed crowd.
I never allowed myself to think it was over before it was over.
But triumph for this man. A 67, total of 273. That's 7 under par and the championship. David Graham will become the first champion to win with an under par score here at the great course of Merion.
It's hard to really explain. Relief, pride, satisfaction. I mean, you work so hard and you achieve what you work for. It is the most significant major, so it's the most significant victory in my career. So therefore it has to be the most special.
Started out as a left-handed golfer as well.
That's right, at Riversdale Golf Club.
There you go.
What a story. Amazing story. Let's keep moving along.
You know who didn't start out as a left-handed golfer?
Bryson
but
DeChambeau.
If he keeps working with AI, maybe that'll be the suggestion.
Well, this amazed me this week. Like, I'm into it. You know, I'm into Super Grok and all the rest of it.
Is he in AI, Dan? I don't know. So,
well, I like it.
You know.
But this, I couldn't believe. Can you put the tweet up on the screen, please? And Dan, if you could read it, because I haven't got my glasses nearby.
I was slamming the club on the ground trying to figure out what to do. I was frustrated, been trying everything in my body. I didn't actually figure it out on the range. I went back and started talking to Gemini and trying to figure it out, or trying to figure out just what it would be like to passively make the club turn over. Hands just felt like they were moving forward like this, and I couldn't get the club to turn over. Even if I tried to stop it here, it still would not turn over.
So even when he tried to stop his hands at impact, the club wouldn't turn over. Now, that is unbelievable. Now,
maybe it has something to do with the clubs he uses, by the way.
Well, that's right.
That
It's
could
how
be something.
upright he is.
I wonder if he put all the specs into Gemini.
Yeah, that I'm using clubs that are 6 degrees upright.
Use Super Grok these days. How does that compare with Gemini, by the way?
Well, Super Grok had destroyed Gemini. And I think that's probably half the problem. What he's
You've
going
got
on.
Claude. I mean, I would go with Claude just because of Claude Harmon.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
That is exactly right. Now, I would like to do a little test with you today, Dick. You're not aware of this, but you haven't been playing the way you would like to play lately, and that's what
I'm
you've
still
told
getting
me.
it around, but I'm struggling with my long game at the moment.
I know, but you'd like to hit it a little bit better, is what I understand.
I would like some width in my golf swing.
Here we go.
I'm getting very stuck.
So let's ask Super Grok.
Okay,
and see if this actually works. Right. Here we go. Good morning, Grok. I've got an unusual request. My friend Nick O'Hearn, who used to be number 16 in the world at golf, is looking to get some more width in his golf swing. Do you have any suggestions for him?
Sure. To add width in the backswing, focus on making a bigger shoulder turn while keeping the arms extended. A good drill is the club behind the head. Hold the club across your shoulders and practice turning fully. Also, try swinging with a slightly wider stance to encourage more body rotation.
Ooh.
Have Nick try that and see how it feels.
Interesting.
Thank you, Super Grok. We'll get back.
Okay, interesting.
So that, the drill she was describing then, that's when you put the club on your shoulder.
Mm.
So you're getting your setup, you put your club on the shoulder, and then you just turn to the back and then you extend your arms.
Okay.
And that does put you into an amazing position at the top. I mean, I've tried that a few times.
Well, you were saying earlier you've been trying to get a bigger turn, but
I haven't been
in your
able to do
practice
it.
swings, no problem, but in the golf swing, you can't.
Can I tell you this?
So what's happened? Because you said it's been improved your game.
Well, it's ridiculous where you look for tips these days, and believe me, we shouldn't be saying this because we're both members of the PGA of Australia. And folks, you're much better off going to a PGA professional and getting a lesson. But
local PGA pro. If
we are going to drift away just for a moment, I heard something on YouTube because we try to reply to as many people as we possibly can when you go to YouTube. If you watch our episodes and you go to the comments. You and I both try and do our best.
Yeah, you're usually looking for a fight, and I'm just trying to keep the peace.
Well,
even the ones who have a crack at us occasionally.
If someone's being stupid,
I'm
there to defend. Talk Birdie to me.
I'm there for that. That's good.
Now, so there's a guy called Jerome Ruffin, Rufin, and he quite often does these things with, he calls him the number one coach in the world. His name is Chris Mason. Now, Chris does coach some pretty solid players when you have a look at the list. So, I get trapped into the zone and have a little bit of a look.
As we all do.
And one of the suggestions was, it was under the headline, be less athletic. I thought, what? This is right up my alley, being less athletic. Let's have a look at this, right? So I'll just summarise it. What he was saying was not to turn your hips at the start, until you get past your legs. And then I always got it mixed up with turning your shoulders. You know how you turn your shoulders? He was saying to turn the hip. And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to get my thigh out of the way. So I thought I'd give it a whirl. have a look at the results. Now, I'm only going to show you the back view, but the front-on view, believe me, with this club that I'm hitting, I'm making a full shoulder turn for the first time in my life. But what is remarkable is that I've always had a tough time being connected at the top.
Your right elbow tends to get away.
My elbow goes straight up. And also I've always had a tough time getting the club cocked halfway back into position. What do you call that? I call it cocking. Yeah, getting your wrists break. So, hinging. Hinging. So when your left arm is parallel with the ground, you want the club somewhere on a 90-degree angle.
L position.
I've never been on a 90-degree angle, ever in my life.
Interesting.
But now what I'm doing is I'm trying to break my wrists at the start, at keeping my right arm straight, which gives me that width that everyone looks for. And then that takes me to past my right thigh. And once I'm past my right thigh, that's when I now get my right thigh out of the way. And that turns my hips. Well, the results, now when you see one, look where my club is when the club is parallel with the ground. It's outside of my hands.
Always good.
Unbelievable.
Although, if you watch Raymond Floyd, who won the US Open 40 years ago, by the way, at Shinnecock, which is coming up in a few weeks.
That's right.
His club is so far behind him, it is a joke. There is more than one way to swing the golf club, folks.
You know what? Just sidetrack. I hope we see a lot of Raymond Floyd in 1986 winning at Shinnecock because
the looks,
the look when he holding chips and stuff, the stare, his swing. It's so beautiful to watch.
I think Shooter McGavin was inspired by Raymond Floyd.
He gives it absolutely. So I hope you get to see a lot of Raymond Floyd when we're playing at Shinnecock. Is it in a couple of weeks?
We've got Memorial and then Canadian Open and then the US Open.
Oh, okay.
So,
fantastic. So it's a nice little run.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, when the shaft is parallel with the ground, my club head is outside the hands and I'm not even trying to fudge it. And then when I'm turning back, the shaft seems to cut through the same place in my arm as I've never done that before in my life. But the most important bit is that I'm nice and tight. I feel like I've got it. Yeah. I feel like all of a sudden I've got wide extension and I'm connected at the top.
So I'm assuming from your favourite book, Five Fundamentals or whatever it was.
I've been carrying that book for so long.
I have a feeling you must have a very long, you kept your right arm straight for so long. So you're hinging your wrists earlier now, right?
I'm hinging my wrists.
Which is then making the elbow, the forearm externally rotate earlier. And that's probably why you're
nice and tight at
keeping
the
you
top.
connected. Yeah.
Keeping me connected at the top. See, let's go back to that book. When I was reading that book and idolising Greg Norman, if you've missed some of the early episodes, I tried to cross Greg Norman and Ben Hogan because I thought that would be a smart thing to do. It got me through. I was a pretty good player as a kid, but there's some pretty bad habits in the golf swing.
Ben Norman came along.
Ben Norman, that's right. But I was trying to be a one-piece player and keep the hips still.
Right.
But now, for the first time in my life, I'm trying to break the wrists at the start, keeping my right arm straight until I get my hands past the thigh, and then I turn to the top. And that has created everything that I've dreamt of in my golf swing.
So in that Hogan book, so when you do with the wrist, is that supinate or pronate?
I think pronate's on the way through.
On the way through, yeah.
And that's supinate's on the way back.
And that's where Bryson's having issues.
Pronate's on the way back and supinate's on the way through.
Okay. Yep. So Bryson's having issues supinating on the way through, is that right?
That's right.
So asked Gemini and apparently he shot 5 under. So there you go.
Imagine if you asked Super Grok, it would have been so much better.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, now that we've gone through that, folks, Wolfpackers out there, if you have had some success with YouTube or Instagram or some of our masterclasses, we'd love to find out. We'd love to know.
Be great.
Because, look, a lesson is a great way to get past, but sometimes just a little tip can get you on the right path to where you want to go. Yeah. And it's certainly helping me. Look out for the masterclass a little bit later because I'll actually do it and go to our socials.
Good. I want to see this live and in action.
I'm going to be doing my masterclass with my new GTS 5-wood that has just arrived. It was left here.
Softer shaft?
Stiff shaft.
Still stiff, but not extra
have
stiff.
Have a waggle. It doesn't. It's a stiff stiff shot.
Okay, all right.
It's not a normal stiff shot.
Okay.
Which makes me happy.
Okay, very good.
Boys, that's a plus for Host Plus. Anything come to mind this week that you have seen has caught your eye?
Has to be a no-brainer that the US Women's Open is at Riviera.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing like having major championships, or the best tournaments, like the Australian Open, whatever, at great golf courses. And Riviera is an iconic, great course.
And that's right. And that's what will turn us on. We talk about this all the time, is that the golf course is so much a part of big-time golf, is actually to peer over the fence at these iconic venues that, we've only ever heard of, to see the best players playing on them and to see them dressed up for tournament play.
Yeah,
it's a dream.
It's
to
fantastic,
watch that sort of
and it's a fascinating property too. If you ever get to look at Riviera on a GPS or one of those satellite type things, it's in the Pacific Palisades, and the housing around it is possibly some of the biggest and most expensive housing in the world.
Is it really?
It's all famous actors and
Beverly
Hollywood
Hills,
producers, and I reckon there and the LACC is the other one where. That's some big time. Like Lionel Richie lives right on the golf course and things like that. So it's pretty special.
Incredible. By the way, you know what else is a plus for Host Plus this week is that we're talking to Dottie Pepper. We've just done her before this program. Look out for that because she was
brilliant,
fabulous to talk to.
Yeah.
So many stories. Good. It was brilliant.
Certainly was.
Touch of class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
Now, did you see the Live Korea?
Yeah.
Did you see that
I
tournament?
saw Neiman win,
Neiman won. Did you see his celebration?
I saw the backflip. I've never seen a backflip celebration before
now,
in my life on the golf course.
That is a touch of class.
Yeah, I agree.
It's also a touch of lunacy in a way because...
Well, I prefer that than champagne going all over him.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Oh.
That is outrageous.
Now, you don't want to get that wrong, do you?
No, you don't.
You don't want to do a running one and then trip and do all that. But,
good on him. That's great.
Wow.
I love seeing that.
That was incredible.
So that is a touch of class for BMW. Luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. He will need some luxury and comfort after that backflip, I reckon.
So your top five's next.
It's a great celebration, that one. So I might do the top 5 celebrations in golf. Not for winning tournaments, just that in general, what's the best way to celebrate something really good happening?
All right, that's coming up after the break.
Front 9, back 9, or eyeing the 19th hole, wherever you are in life, Host Plus can help you drive your retirement further. That's a plus. Some courses perfect the landscape, others the experience, and every now and then, both come together. Golf Flute exists to bring dreams to life. A chance for you and your crew to live the stories you've only heard about. Julie crafted it. Memories waiting. The kind of trip you'll talk about for the rest of your life because of who you shared it with. Some dreams sit just out of reach until someone hands you the key. Yours is waiting. Join the club.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. The golf clearance outlet, they beat everyone's prices. Ping will help you play your best. And better, ahead of the game. Now for Titleist, the number 1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the number 1 shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick and Mark.
Okay, here we are on the 10th tee, and it is time for this week's Top 5.
When the greats bet, they bet with better. Top 5, top 5, top 5.
The top 5 for better. When the greats bet, they bet with better.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
All righty, come on, let's go.
You want me to celebrate now? Or
I want a bigger celebration.
Top 5 celebrations in golf that could happen at any moment. This number 5, it's come up maybe a couple of times in the last few episodes, actually. The 1990, was it 95 or 96 Open that John Daly won?
95, I reckon
Was
it
it
was.
95?
Yep.
Yeah. And Constantino Rocca chunked it into the Valley of Sin. He holed the bomb, and then he's on the ground, face down, just banging his fists and going off. I love that celebration. That was so good.
Because we've been talking about it, I used to love Constantino Rocca.
And a lovely guy too.
Was he?
Yeah, I played a bit of golf
him.
with him. Brilliant.
Was he?
Yeah, he's
Superstar?
fabulous. Oh, yeah.
Just the way he played the game, it was
Really
It was
cool.
like, I don't want to say it was a homemade swing, but it was a swing all his own that looked good and could do everything.
Yeah.
How many good players we had from Italy? Not too many.
Not many. The Molinari brothers.
Yeah,
There's
not too many.
more.
No, not too many.
Other than that, not too many. Number 4, sticking with the Open Championship. I first saw it, I think, when he won at Birkdale. It was Jordan Spieth, and he holed this bomb of a putt, and he yells to his caddy, Michael Grella, "You go get that! You go get that!"
Really?
It was brilliant. And Jordan just walks off.
I never knew what he said.
Walks off the green. He was saying, "You go get that." And every now and then I've seen it again, Jordan do it. He might have done it at Aronimik on one of the holes at the PGA. A couple of other players who used to walk off doing it was Seve.
Yes.
And
Raymond Floyd.
Raymond
Floyd used to walk off the green before the ball was even in the hole.
He was so good.
It was so good.
Number three has you could say a part A and B, so it may turn into a top 6. But Tiger is obviously, the iconic fist pump.
Yeah.
And there's been so many of them winning, the big.
Yeah.
He's got the guns to do it. And you do need the guns if you're going to give it the big fist pump. But my favourite Tiger celebration for holing a putt came in the playoff when he beat Bob May at the PGA Championship, where he gave it the finger point running after the ball. It's one of the great moments. And then you see Stevie Williams with the fag, with
the bag. It does. It's all right.
Start that again. Stevie Williams with the
never
flag.
Smoked. He wasn't a smoker.
Yeah. Stevie Williams with the flag running after him, and they both just scoot off the green to the next tee. It was one of the brilliant celebrations.
I reckon that ball was going in the middle too until the very end,
Yeah,
and then it just curled in. It could have been a disaster.
It would have been one of the worst.
Oh, it would have been a horrible look.
Yeah, when you give it the extend, or you're walking it in, and
a
it
big
doesn't go in.
horseshoe or something.
Yeah,
It could have been ugly.
Or you try and give someone a high five like Steve did it
And you
to
miss.
Tiger, and you missed the.
Yeah, it was
oh
hopeless.
gosh. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was my number 3. Number 2. Always used to love watching this guy's celebrations, and he was a bit before my time, and maybe not your time. I don't know, but Chichi Rodriguez.
I'm
with
glad
with the saber.
I would have been angry if you didn't have him in.
Yeah, and he'd start doing a little fight.
And then at the end,
He'd wipe the blood
developed. He would pull, once he had the putter as his sword, then he would get the hanky out and wipe the blood off the sword. It was just enormous. What a
So
celebration.
good. Yeah.
I can't believe that's not number 1.
It's not number 1 because this one is iconic.
Right.
And it should be the logo for the DP World Tour.
No, I know exactly. Yes,
1984 Open Championship. Seve Ballesteros hold the winning putt at St Andrews, and the olays, the fist pumps to the crowd going around in different directions. He willed that putt in.
That's right. That's what he told. He told his son, that he thought the ball was missing on the right hand side, but he willed it into the hole. And when you watch it, I've watched it 100 times.
Back door.
Now that I watch it after I heard what Sev said, that he willed it in, I think he might have.
He used the force.
I think he did use the force to
think
get
he
that
did.
ball in the hole.
If there is one superpower I would have ever loved to have in golf, it would have been
The force.
The force.
Yeah, you'd never live out ever again.
No, exactly. But I think that is the greatest celebration of all time.
Yeah. Why isn't it the European Tour
I don't
logo?
know.
It's
know.
ridiculous
Should be.
that it's not.
Well, that is the top 5 for Better. When the greats bet, they bet with Better. All right, boys. Bit of feedback
Let's go.
coming our way.
Please.
Talk Birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
So you guys were talking last week about Bryson and his uncertainty about where he goes next, and he's still thinking that through. A couple of people had a few comments here. Redstone said, I agree with you, Nick. Bryson should do what he wants. He's earned that. Personally, I'd love to see him on the PGA Tour next year.
Yeah. So we'd all love to see him back out there playing.
We want to see him at the Memorial. We want to see him at all these iconic venues playing against, all the stars in the world of golf. We want them all back together.
Well, does everyone want to see him back on the PGA
No.
Tour? Because apparently Glenn does not. In your latest show,
You told Bryson to go back to the PGA and play with the best in the world. Bryson, however, when interviewed in Korea, said that he loves team and world golf and will do all that he can to keep it going. I do not understand why you guys want to return to a status quo that almost destroyed Australian and world golf. I was never a fan of the Saudi regime, although they're nowhere near as corrupt and a danger to the world that the US is. But Liv, as an Aussie, got me excited about golf again. I don't want to watch the latest American college golfer or Scheffler playing on bland US courses, so I only watch Liv and the DP World Tour. If you were serious, Nick and Mark, about the future of Australian and world golf, you would be promoting Liv, Bryson and Rahm and helping it succeed and forging its own history and traditions. That's from Glenn.
Good on you, Glenn. No, look, I'm all for meritocracies in the world of sport. You don't get too many of them in sport. You know, the NBA, you can get there maybe when just being a good team player. But in the great game of golf on the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour, which you love, if you shoot low scores, you will be rewarded by the caliber of those scores, and I love that about our game.
Yeah, very true.
It was a long message from Glenn, but I thought it was good to give him that,
it's good.
that chance.
No problem.
I understand people getting fed up with the PGA Tour.
100%.
Yep.
Lacey agrees with you, though. Lacey said he can do what he wants. It's his life. He's done more for promoting the global game of golf on YouTube in the last few years than the arrogant American Tour has ever done. Until the PGA Tour hold international events globally, I won't support them, and I thank Liv for disrupting. Stephen,
amazing, sorry, Dan. It is amazing that so many people feel like the PGA Tour is actually the Death Star, and Roll-App's Darth Vader. We should might as well just play the music in the background.
Well, it'll be interesting in a couple of years when the schedule shrinks quite a lot.
I think that's going to be huge for the world game,
and that will help us down here especially, and the world game. Yep.
Yes.
Stephen, short and sweet. How about Bryson just makes a cut?
Well, look, we laugh, but he's a world-class player, and I just think him going back is going to help him win more majors. I believe it, just from understanding golf, that if you are finely tuned to coming into the biggest tournaments of your life, you do play better.
And now he's added another coach to his stable and Mr. Gemini. Well, who knows what's possible.
That's right.
Had a lot of comments on the discussion last week about slow play and ready golf, which we had a mini on, I think. First comment here, this comes from Matty Rogers. All right.
Matty Rogers.
Is
that
Matty Rogers.
The dual international.
Dual international Matty Rogers.
He played for the Kangaroos and the Wallabies, Matty Rogers.
No, he's a superstar. And doing some amazing charity work these days too.
Good on you, Matty. Thanks for chiming in, mate.
Very impressive character. Anyway, Matty said, boys, you are spot on. And don't get me started about people that sit in the cart watching their mate prepare for their shot, stay there for the whole time. Then after their said partner has had a shot, they travel 30 metres or so across the fairway in the cart to old mate's ball and go through the whole process again. If there is ever a time I want to blast a driver straight at people, it's then.
It's funny to talk about cart golf. What's funny in cart golf is that the cart will be parked next to the green and the next tee will be a 20-metre walk from the green to the next tee. But cart golf, what happens is, not only does the driver get in the cart to go that 20 steps to the next tee, but both players
get in the cart.
Both players get into the cart and then drive 15 metres and then both players get out of the cart. You would think you would only need one bloke to drive the cart to the next tee and the other guy would just walk to the next tee and wait for the cart. But it never really happens. It's very funny. Some of the stuff you see in cart golf is quite hilarious.
I just had a thought, and I'll read a couple more comments here. But while I do, Mark, have you got Super Grok there on your phone?
It's in my holster.
Oh yeah,
Super
okay.
Grok.
So given that Maddie's a dual international, it just occurred to me how many other dual internationals are there? Because that would be, I'd imagine, an exclusive club. So why don't you ask Grok while?
Hey Grok, how many people have played for the Australian Kangaroos and the Wallabies in the history of those games?
This will be interesting.
Come on.
Thinking.
Come on.
49 players.
49 players.
Is right. The exact number. Got it. You want more on this? The first dual code player was Alex Birdie back in 1908. The most recent one.
No, we don't want that.
There's been 49 in history.
49. Jesus, it's a pretty small club.
It's a small club.
Pretty small club.
Yep.
Okay. Daniel has said, hey, guys, love the episode on speeding up the rounds. Slow play is my biggest peeve. One way that I've noticed things can speed up considerably is if players just putt out and not mark their ball after a missed putt. We're not playing for $1 million here, guys, so putt out and keep things going on. Daniel from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That involves stepping on people's line, but it's not so bad anymore when you haven't got,
not when you can pat
3/4 inch metal spikes on your feet.
No, I know. You still get people who go, oh, I don't want to step on your line, but and I get it.
Yeah, you know what? I play with a guy called Simon Beasley, who kicked more goals than anybody else in the history of the VFL back in the 80s. So in the 80s, no one kicked more. He steps on everybody's line, right? So I never get worried about
it's free
stepping on
rein.
his line. But what I do, it is. It's just free rein. But what I do now is that I will putt out, and if I step on somebody's line, I hold the putt, and then I tap down the line bit, and it makes you feel a little bit better.
Sure.
But, without spikes on your feet.
Yeah.
Do you know how you were saying, you say often, Mark, so-and-so gets far too many mentions on this podcast?
Yeah.
Simon Beasley is getting a lot
He's
of
getting
mentions on this podcast.
Sorry.
To the point where I even know his nickname is Beezer.
Beezer, that's right.
So,
yeah, he does. But he does step on everybody's line.
He came up because of slow play last week, wasn't it?
He comes
he a
up
fast player?
He comes up. Yeah, he's a very fast.
He's a fast player. Well, that's
He's a
good.
very fast player.
all right, I'm going to read this one here. This one's a bit offensive, to be honest.
He did have a deliberate run in. I remember when he was kicking goals.
That's right.
So.
He's West Australian. That's
I
right.
know, yeah.
This one is a bit offensive to every one of us in this room on this podcast.
Offensive.
Yeah, it really is, for reasons that have become obvious. This comes from Found One. That's their name. This is a problem, slow play. The median age of golf members is 50 plus. So before I read the next line, 50 plus. He's talking about the three of us.
Yes.
Sure.
Old people, 50 plus, are the worst culprits. The futzing around the greens consumes an extraordinary amount of time. Botched chip shots, inability to read putts, and failed bunker escapes are the usual suspects. So he's calling people over 50 old.
Yeah. Experience would be a better word.
Experience.
Yeah, I like that.
Is a nice
Did
way
he
of
use
looking
the
at it.
word futzing?
Futzing. I don't know what futzing.
Futzing.
Oh, hang on.
Or
We've got in
fuss-
trouble with this before.
Fussing, maybe.
No, he said futzing. That's what he said.
Futzing.
Futzing.
Interesting.
We've gotten in trouble with words
Does
before.
that mean effing around? I think it does. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's move on.
Anyway.
All right. Anyway, so he's having a crack at old people there, which is apparently us.
Well, to be fair, but you've got to help older people. So, if they are playing table tennis from one bunker to the other, get in there and help. Just rake the bunker
rake
for
the
them while
bunker.
they're walking around the other side. Help them out.
Point I'm making is 50 plus is not old.
No, I get it.
I mean, 102, sure.
Jeez. When I was a kid, I used to think 30 people,
right.
when you were 30, I thought they were so old.
You are absolutely right. It's,
Yeah.
it's all about perspective.
Yes.
Now, here's one from Ian. Ian is on the same issue. Ian's done some research. He's done some work on this.
Has he?
Yeah. Hey, guys, love the pod and the recent chat about pace of play. I got very frustrated with the problem at my Sandbelt club that I got a hold of 12 months worth of data and I analysed it.
Jesus. Got some time on your hands.
Okay.
Might be over 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
In addition to everything you've said, here's some key additions. Pace of play is like a busy traffic day on a freeway. Small delays at the front of the queue cause big delays at the back. To fix the problem, clubs need to move beyond the concept of acceptable round time to the following. And here's what he said. The earlier you play, the faster you play.
Yes.
One slow grip early in the day ruins it for everyone.
Everybody.
On that point, I just want to bring up one of my pet peeves.
There you go.
When I'm at a set of traffic lights, you're 7 or 8 cars back, the light turns green, you should be able to just go, right?
Everyone go at the same time.
Everyone go at the same time. It
That's right.
never works that way.
That's right. But
It drives me nuts.
in theory, it makes sense. But in practice, I've seen this tested.
Yeah, I know.
And everybody is 1 metre apart.
Well, that's the thing. People need to be further away.
It's too dangerous, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I also had it when the light goes green and the person right at the front doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But here's the thing with this, if I may. Traditionally, at golf clubs, there's a 7 minute and then an 8 minute and then a 7 minute and then an 8 minute interval all the way through.
Okay.
And that makes it 15-minute intervals, which divides nicely into 1 hour.
Sure.
Unfortunately, they're too close together for fours. I know at our golf club on Fridays, it's a 1 tee start and 10-minute intervals. And believe me, right throughout the day with 10-minute intervals,
Flow.
the longest round we have is about 4 hours and 10, 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Good way to do it.
So it's a better way of doing things is because like you were saying, you got to wait for that. If that's what happens with the 7 and 8 minute intervals, it's just too close together, and then people have got to wait.
Well, the other part to what Ian has said, it was a 2-part comment. So the first part was earlier you play, the faster you play.
Yep.
Second part was you've got to keep behind the group in front and not in front of the group behind.
Correct.
So that's Ian's thoughts.
You just got to move.
Yeah.
You just got to keep moving.
Okay, last comment. We'll move on. We've got a heap of them. We could go all day on those. We won't do that. Last week we talked about this is the top five a-hole things pros do. Mark, you had that conversation.
Yeah.
You said your top 5.
It was an enjoyable top 5 to do, actually.
I know.
It was very cathartic.
It was a fun top 5. Craig has said this. Your comments about a-hole things pros do reminded me of a story. And Craig has said this story here.
Oh, nice.
It must have been one of Tiger's ex-coaches who tells the story of Ian Poulter basically inviting himself onto Tiger's private jet. And apparently Tiger said something along the lines of, I can't believe this dick got on board.
I reckon that's a paragraph or two in Hank Haney's book,
Could
The
be.
Big Miss.
Could be, actually, yeah.
I think so.
I
Good
haven't
book,
read it, but
a very good book, The Big Miss.
I have
If you
heard that
haven't read
story.
it.
I have heard that story.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something Ian Poulter would do, invite himself onto someone else's private jet?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. David from Hinkley in the you guys right there?
Yeah, sure. I know what you were about to say there
No,
for a
I'm not
second
saying
there as
anything
well.
else. I'm looking after you.
Okay.
As best I can.
David from Hinkley in the UK has sent a video in, and he's got some questions about this video for you two guys.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do that
Let's check it
shortly.
out.
I'll read out what he said first. So David has said this. G'day, Nick and Mark and Dan. I've been following the pod on YouTube for the last year or so. It is excellent.
Good on you. Thanks for
I
watching.
regularly refer my friends to check it out. I like that.
Good on you.
Wanted to raise 2 points. 14 degrees bounce on a wedge is a game changer for a self-confessed chunker like me. Thank you, Mark. The wedges are like butter.
Fabulous. That's great news.
Second question. Did you see the 15th hole at the Byron Nelson a couple of weeks ago? Mackenzie Hughes made bogey, but the etiquette shown by another golfer, who shall remain nameless until you see the video, regarding aim point was disgraceful.
Did not see it.
Would you like to watch this video?
Please.
Did Captain
Would
America
love to.
play at the Byron
No,
Nelson?
it wasn't Captain
Okay.
America.
Wasn't Captain
No,
America?
it wasn't Captain America. Okay.
No, Captain America is Patrick Reed, by the way. It's not who you're thinking of. Or are you thinking about
I'm thinking of
Ryder Cup?
Keegan Bradley.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right.
Is who I'm thinking of.
No.
Sorry.
I'll give you his first name.
Who was the captain of America?
Eric. Okay.
Eka.
Ready for this video from David?
Van
Yes. All right, so here's the vid.
Rooyen? Okay, so this is Hughes.
I like him as a player, Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah, he's a steady player.
Yeah.
Ping player too, so I already like
He's
him.
been out there for how long? I mean, I reckon he's been out there for 10 years.
Watch this. Watch this.
No,
How
I'm
about that?
watching.
Watch this.
Come on.
Oh,
Eka.
come on.
I mean, I know
You
he's...
know what I would have done if I was Mackenzie
Pushed-
Hughes?
I pushed him.
I would have given him a little hip,
Yeah.
little hip and shoulder.
A little hip and shoulder.
Yeah.
So Dave is asking your view. Do you think that is acceptable or not?
That is poor behaviour.
Poor
right there.
behaviour.
Very
What he's
poor.
trying to do is he's trying to do it as fast as he possibly can, knowing that Mackenzie Hughes has got a tap in.
I get that.
But still, get out of the hell.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of the way,
Give him
mate.
the space.
Get out of the way.
And why do you need to show your butt to the hole? I don't know. So it's obviously part of aim point. So doing it in reverse.
The sooner they get rid of it, the better.
Why don't they? I mean, it's universally disliked by most people.
Yeah, you are correct. It is.
As long as it
I would say
doesn't affect
90% of people will look at it and go, what the hell are they doing?
as long as it doesn't affect pace of play, that's fine. But I do find it does affect pace of play, and then they stand around the hole too much.
Yeah.
That circle. And then, look, I know in social comps, you stand on people's lines. That's fun, but that's professional golf.
Yeah, you can't do it in
They're
professional
playing for a
golf.
living.
Yeah. Can't do it in professional golf.
That's the feedback for Southern Golf Club today, boys. Now, time for the Ping Global Results, Nick.
It was a good week for Ping too, by the way. Ping players.
Well,
We had
hang
some
on. You
good
had
ones.
Neiman
Yes.
and
Our own an Aussie
yes,
did very well.
He made some cash. I reckon
Won
he-
the team event.
Yes, very
Yes,
good week.
Exactly. Well, we'll start right there with Live Korea, where Joaquin Neiman, who had one of the best celebrations,
Yeah,
doing the
backflip's huge.
backflip, by the way.
Will
That
it
was
catch
very
on?
impressive. Not with me. I won't be doing it anytime soon.
No, I don't think so.
I could do a fake backflip. Maybe that'd be one way to do it. But
Maybe
he
a cartwheel for you.
Maybe a cartwheel. Yeah, I'm no good at those either. But he birdied the first playoff hole against Taylor Gooch to record a record, and get this, a record 8th Live win. He's the highest winning tally on Live.
Will he
Bryson,
be-
after
will-
Gemini,
will
finished
he be-
third.
Oh, Bryson finished third?
Yeah.
After Gemini helped him out.
After Gemini helped.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, surely Neiman's going to be the clutch player of the year this year.
Well, maybe.
I'd like to think so.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, of the Australians, what we were talking about before was Travis Smythe got a late call-up as an alternate to fill in with the Crushers, which was Bryson's team, and the Crushers got the win. So Travis Smythe has cashed in big time. He also finished tied 8th, along with Mark Leishman and Lucas Herbert. Now,
That's
remember,
enormous.
top 10 get world ranking points. So he's
got
a lot of
world
cash.
ranking points.
Got world ranking points.
He's just, I mean, he's got a pocket full of US dollars, which will translate beautifully into making him feel very secure on the DP World Tour where he's won a card. It's just a fabulous result for this kid.
The other thing I read was Travis was saying when Bryson told him, look, we're going with you this week, he thought Bryson meant you're going to be our reserve this week. He didn't actually realise he was playing, so he sort of brushed him in a little bit of a way.
Oh, you're kidding.
So he felt a bit bad about that. And then later on, obviously, he was actually playing, so it all worked out very well in the end. And,
well done, Travis.
And if you get on the right side of a team over there and you play well to help them to victory,
well, look, you know this. You know this better than most.
He was replacing Paul Casey.
You know this better than most. You get opportunities in the world of golf, and getting an opportunity is one thing, but taking advantage
walking
of that
through the door when it opens.
That is so big.
Yeah.
So, Travis, well done
Well done.
for getting a bit of a shot and making the most of it.
OKGC, Oklahoma Golf Club, was second, and Team Ripper were third. And your favourite club?
What about the boys?
The boys, they did not finish last.
Where they
were
finished?
second last.
Second last.
So, anyway, the Majestics.
That's good. They're going well.
They're going well. Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial, where they give out this beautiful plaid jacket, if you like to call it beautiful.
Yeah.
Russell Henley birdied the final 3 holes in regulation to tie Eric Cole.
Who I love as a player.
Yes.
I love his story.
Never won on tour. Came from the mini tours in the US. He's in his mid to late 30s.
His dad was a US tour player from South Africa who was a bit of a name in the game.
Neil Cole?
Yes.
Neil? And then I think his mum was Laura Cole, was her name, right? Yeah, who was also a tour player.
And didn't get off, didn't go through college as a superstar or anything, and got on the mini tours and has played his way on to being a pretty, I mean, he's been around for 10 years now, I would say.
But quite a finish there by Russell Henley. Birdie's the last 3, then Birdie's the first playoff hole. He is a very underrated player.
Hey, Dan, could you just go to the Find My Player app and see where Russell Henley is ranked in the world, please? Because
he's so underrated. He played Ryder Cup.
Would he be in the top 10 after that win?
Yes, I think so, because I know he's been in the top 10 for a while. I'm just not sure where. He might have slipped outside of it, but that's got to get him back in.
Where is he in the world of golf?
Yeah, no, he's 5.
He's in the top 5 in the world of golf?
Yeah, he's number 5, yeah. That's impressive.
It is impressive when you actually watch him play.
Well, you'd never think he was a top 5 player in the world just by watching him play.
Yeah, he almost looks like not a mini tour player, but it's
I know what you
mean. It's a homemade type swing, but he just gets it around, knows his stuff.
It's not a high performance swing.
No, but Colonial's perfect for that sort of a place. So he'll do well at Colonial, Hilton Head, those sorts of courses.
I'm saying it's not a high performance swing, but it clearly is.
A couple of Aussies were playing, Cam Davis, Carl Phillips, but they unfortunately both missed the cut there. LPGA Tour, we had the ShopRite LPGA in New Jersey, where Frenchwoman Céline Boutier had a one-shot win over Thailand's Apachaya U-Bowl. Now,
something happened in that tournament.
U-Bowl, the Thai in the third round had a one-shot penalty for slow play, and she lost by 1 shot. So good on the LPGA for penalising someone for being slow.
Far more penalties being handed out.
Cost you a lot more
in the girls' side of the game than the men's side of the game. Well done.
Yeah, the PGA Tour, they're a little reluctant to do it, but the LPGA, they need to get on it. And because I actually think that the women's are a little bit slower than the men. The men are still very slow, but the women, I've watched them, and they tend to be a little bit slower at the same time. I'm not trying to offend anyone there. It's just more
a
fact.
fact.
So, best of the Aussies, Cassie Porter again, Ping Zone, tied for 9th. So a nice top 10 there for her. DP World Tour, I don't know if you saw this event, the Austrian Alpine Open, stunning. I actually thought they were playing at Kran in Switzerland when I first turned the TV on. I thought, no, it's the Austrian Open, where Japan's Kota Kaneko had a 2-shot win against Portugal's Ricardo Gouveia and American Davis Bryant. Did you see this guy swing?
It's unusual. He was following the club back.
The backswing, his head went with the golf club
He
till about
followed the
halfway.
club.
I mean, it was the biggest head turn I've ever seen on the backswing.
Weren't we just talking about this the week before? People watching the putter go back?
Yeah,
I think we were talking
the
about
backswing on the full swing is very unusual.
wow, what the hell are you doing
was
watching the club
crazy.
go back?
But he's also putts with the glove on.
Yeah.
We've had Aaron Rye, right?
Yeah.
On the 2 gloves.
All right.
And then on the 18th, he, I don't know if you saw the final hole. It's a par 3
Yes,
over
with
water.
the water.
A lot of rough.
Yeah.
It didn't look like a great
It wasn't
hole.
a very good hole.
He flies it. He had a 2-shot lead, flies it over the green because that's the safe play. Hits the corporate hospitality, and it is flying back towards the water, front of the green. But the thick rough saves it
Going in the
from
water.
going in the water. Otherwise, it was going to be a double bogey
The thick rough before the water.
between the green and the water.
So he's taking a club that'll guarantee him to hit it out of the water.
But it's ricocheted.
And it's almost gone in the water.
And this thing's flying, and it's almost come back in the
What
water.
a nightmare.
But he got it up and down for the win. 2-shot win.
I wonder if it went in that way where he would have been able to drop it. must
No,
have
it was. I think it was a yellow. So it would have been back.
It would have been the other side.
It had double bogey written all over it.
No.
Anyway, it was a great win for the Japanese
How
player.
lucky.
Daniel Hillier, the New Zealander, tied for 7th, and
He's a star, Daniel.
Anthony Quayle
We don't-
also made the cut.
We don't talk about Daniel Hillier enough.
Certainly is.
He's a star. He's just a golfing machine.
The other up-and-coming star I saw with one of the great names,
Yeah.
and an Austrian,
Yeah.
and now could be in the top 5 golf swings
Yeah.
that we love,
Yeah.
Austrian Maximilian Steinlechner.
Oh,
How good is that name, by the way?
love the fact that this
But
guy's got a good swing.
I'll find his swing and we'll put it up,
We'll
and
put it
you
up.
have a look at it because
right.
it is unbelievably
All right.
pure.
Well,
Anyway.
if you're listening in the car, get to our socials and we'll get it up at some stage.
And then finally, we had the Ladies European Tour where they were playing the Evian course, funnily enough, where they actually have the major. The Women's French Open they were playing, where Germany's Helen Briem had a 7-shot win over Singaporean Shannon Tan. It's a second win for her. She's 6'3", by the way.
6'3".
She's a gun. Absolute gun. She's only 20 years old, star of the future, but Steph Bunk tied for 9th. Well done to her. And Kelsey Bennett tied for 18th. That's this week's Ping Global
Well
results.
done, Nick.
Very nice. Well, the masterclass for the golf clearance outlet is seconds away. Mark, you were doing it today. And it's an AI-inspired one?
Nah, YouTube inspired.
YouTube inspired.
YouTube.
But look, it might help somebody out there. It might help somebody out there if you don't feel connected at the top of your swing. This has certainly helped my connection, and also the shaft lines have gone to another level for me, as you may have seen if you've been watching on YouTube. So I'll explain it a little bit better next door in a tick with my new GTS 18-degree stiff shafted 5-wood.
With Steinlechner, meanwhile, down the hill at 5.
Rhythm looked nice, but body language suggesting he wasn't sure. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Oh, this kid, he was 4 under in the par 3s yesterday, which was nothing short of sensational. And he's picked up another birdie there at the 5th. Brilliant work.
Tugged it steep divot. But the contour's helping. And some. Another birdie chance coming for the young Austrian.
And come down to here. And he moves to 8 under par within 3.
Golf buggies, golf carts, e-bikes, scooters. If it charges at home, chances are it's charging right now. Overcharging lithium batteries can damage your equipment, or worse, put your home at risk. SwitchStar power points deliver power for up to 8 hours, then switch off automatically. No apps, no Wi-Fi, nothing to remember. When you forget, SwitchStar doesn't. SwitchStar, every home should have one.
Rightio, it's time for this week's masterclass. Let's go next door, Nick. It's a little bit cold and wet and rainy, Victorian, disgusting weather outside, so let's just do it here.
Sounds good.
I've got my new GTS 5-wood. This will be my first hit with it, so I'm very, very excited.
You've been raving about it.
And as usual, it has come back absolutely perfect. 1/2 inch understanded. Stiff shaft.
All right.
Which I'm kind of keen to try the stiff shaft. You know, I've been using X's for so long. that this should be a nice feeling club.
We want to turn this on or not?
Nah, no need for that.
Okay.
No need for that.
We don't want to see your numbers?
No, yeah. That's cool. I got a bit of a sore back too, so I'm not going to go hit these flat out. So what I have been doing, folks, is my entire life I've had a one-piece takeaway, and I've been turning at the same time. I've always felt like I've had to fudge the club into position, which doesn't do you much good when you're fudging it.
It's hard to get a late hinge, isn't
and
it?
it is hard to get the late hinge, and it's also it sets your arm outside.
That's why I've always had an early hinge, because I like to preset it.
Well, I've never been a presetter until now.
Okay.
And I found a way, and like I was saying at the start of the show, I found it on YouTube. So now, once I've set up, I'm keeping this arm straight and getting the club to set early and feeling like my hips don't turn. Now, once I feel like I get to there, I've always heard the expression, you get to here and you turn the top. I always thought it was the shoulders turning to the top. And when I did that, my shoulders didn't go very far because my hips were still being still. And then I would just go up. So it never worked for me. But this fella was talking about early set, turn the hip. Now, I've been getting my thumbs out of the way, my thigh out of the way.
Pushing it back.
Pushing it back. So that's what I'm doing. So no hips, thigh goes back, and that just gets me to the top. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling connected. And the proof is always in the eating, isn't it? And when I look at it on the video, it's the best I've ever swung the club.
And you're not getting stuck, so I think I might try it as well.
And you're like, I'm not getting stuck. It's amazing. Why not? I mean, folks, look, there are so many different techniques in the world of golf. Sometimes you've just got to suck at the sea.
Absolutely, but come on, you got to break this thing in.
Got to hit a shot.
First swing with this club.
Oh, I've got to stick. All right, I haven't really. Here we go. Oh, I've got a sore back. Felt good. Felt good.
I'm glad we didn't have the simulator on with that one.
Good on you, folks. Best of luck with your golf this week, and we'll catch you next time.
Oh, Dottie Pepper tomorrow.
Don't forget Dottie Pepper coming out tomorrow. She's a star.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen. Live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Better, ahead of the game. Ping will help you play your best. And Host Plus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Host Plus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.